Hi, family. Today I would like to speak about one of the hardest jobs in the world. I would like to speak about parenting, being a parent. I feel like we are in a no-win situation, but the reality of it is you could always win when you give thanks to God. It might seem like you're not winning, but God don't lose. You see, I'm a father. When I was a father, or rather I am a father, even though I felt I was doing right by my son, I don't feel like I was. I didn't feel like I was because of what I was doing that was wrong. And I let my son see that. You see, till this day, a lot of people that knew me said, Victor, you could have been a drug addict, you could have sold drugs or whatever, but you was a great father. I will never feel that way because I feel like I was a bad example. So you see, it's a no-win situation. And then you have parents that do whatever they have to do for their kids. And they still in a no-win situation. You see, what happens is some of us make mistakes that we don't even know. Making mistakes that you know is one thing. Making mistakes that you don't is another. I've seen a lot of parents that I have talked to that are friends of mine that they're young. And since they're young, they see their little kids doing things and they laugh at everything because it's so cute to them. You see, and some of them don't realize that cuteness is not that cute at all when they get to be old and then do it. And then we want to reprimand them because what they're doing is wrong, but we're letting them do it when they're babies. You got to start from babies. And I know it's harder to do than to say it. But that's life. Everything is always harder to do than to say it. It's like everybody's job is easy till you do it. You see, since I've been clean, thanks to God, and I started reminiscing of the way I was raised by my mother, she had it rough. How could you reprimand your kids and still show them that you love them at the same time without hurting you? Because sometimes we have to reprimand our kids and it's going to hurt us because we know that we're going to break their little hearts. They're going to be sad because we're taking a toy that they shouldn't be playing with. You know? Taking away something, the toy that they're putting in their mouth that they shouldn't be putting it. And you see them go crazy crying and your heart skips because you love your kid and you don't want to see them like that. And sometimes we break and give it to them. And then we try to hide it. But you see, life is like that though, right? Because then when you do that since they're kids, then what happens? When they're big, they still expect the same way. Then when we be that strict parent, and then we bad in the people's eyes. Don't worry about how we look in other people's eye. Worry about how you look in God's eye. As long as you're raising your kid the right way, especially when you're teaching them about God. God didn't have it easy. You know, like when they used to mock him, where's your God now? And things like that. And do all this to him to see, if you God, why don't you get out of this? Right? But he didn't do it to prove anything to anybody. He did it because that's what he came down for. You see, and being a parent by yourself, that is rough. It is very rough. I applaud you that raise up your kids and your kids get to be, you know, in the future what they wanted it to be. Pat yourselves in the back. I tell parents that are together, pat yourself in the back when they see their kids going to great college, you know, and showing that what they taught them came out. You see, and it's funny because when you have a father and a mother and they're raising you, one could be the good cop, one could be the bad cop, and they could always get you. But then when you just have one parent, it's rough. Whether it's a mother or father. Because they always talk about mothers being alone with their kids, but I know a lot of fathers that raise their kids. But that ain't what this is about. This is just about one parent alone taking care of their kids. Really, parents, period, even too. It's rough. It's hard. It's rough for the parents because they want to raise their kids so that they die. And the reality is we have to let go. We have to let go. And it's hard. But that's the way we raised them. We raised them so they could learn to be who they're going to be. You see, it hurts. And if you're that parent that don't let go when you raise your kid and you're doing the right thing and they're doing what they should be doing and you don't let go, that's going to hurt them in the long run. God forbid when you pass away what that kid's going to do without you, because then that's the way he was raised. We raise our kids to make them our future, to let them go and teach them. And they're going to go through hard times. But they're going to be all right when you teach them the right way, especially if you teach them God's way. I love my son. And even though I'm talking about this, I'm a father that feel like I didn't do what I should have done for my son. But you see, since I've been with God, I spoke to him and I said, listen, I can't turn back time. But I could do from today on is be there for you. And again, my son is going to be 39. But even in the midst of everything that I did, I guess today I say, well, I guess I did raise him the right way. Because there's a lot of things he does, you know, and I joke with him and tell him, where did you learn that? He said, from you. I said, really? I didn't even know he was paying attention to me. You know, family, let's not worry about what people say about us. Let's raise our kids the right way. Let's do as much as we can for them to teach them how to do things on their own. You're going to always be there as a parent, but we got to learn how to let go. It's hard. Because until this day, if my son calls me and say there's something wrong, I get all bent out of shape. And then I say, slow down. He got it. Because he tells me, I'm just telling you this, Pop, but I'm good. Sometimes that ain't no good for us to do things like that. Because there's a difference of being there for our kids, and enabling is something else. And again, I'm not a counselor, nothing. When I speak about, it's all about me. I'm really speaking about me, what I went through. And I wouldn't want to see nobody go through what I went through, as being a child or as being a father. Family, it takes a village. Real Talk with Victor. God bless you guys, and see you tomorrow.